I'm Mali. Hi. I'm a singer-songwriter, and I do a little bit of everything really. And I'm from Sydney, and I'm 23. I don't know. Is that how we start?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And so this is very like spur of the moment. We have got here Mali Koa.
So it's kind of spelled. It's spelled Koa. So people say Koa.
Yeah.
Like lots of different variations, but it's Koa. It's my mum's name.
That's a very interesting middle name. Like, whereabouts does that come from? It must be a different culture, nationality.
Yeah. So my mum's Maori.
No way.
Yes.
I'm Maori too.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna get along perfectly.
Oh man, we just need like Jake the Mus to walk in and Uncle Bully, and it's all good.
And the All Blacks, of course.
Oh, can you do the haka?
I'm not allowed. Apparently, females aren't allowed to do the haka.
That was a test, and you passed it.
Yes, okay, good. Because I'm not allowed. Because I think drunkenly I've been asked to do.
I think Dad did one on Christmas. He was like, "Come on, boys, let's get into the haka." He's like,
how did
slapping
you go?
away. He was like, "Oh, Dad."
No, I've never had the pleasure. But I think that like drunkenly, all my friends are like, "You're Māori. Just do it."
Yeah.
I'm like, no, apparently I'm not allowed to do it. So yeah,
No,
I passed the
good.
test, which is good. My mum would be proud.
So like Maoris are very well known for having like great musicality and like singing. They're very festive sort of culture.
Yeah.
Would you say like that's where your first love of music started?
My mum and my dad's Scottish. So my mum and my dad both kind of come from, very cultural backgrounds and stuff like that. They're not necessarily singers. They've never been people who have pushed me to be musical.
Yeah.
But I started in a choir. I loved it, and I think that it was more just the cultural side of my mum coming out, like the nurturing side of her, which is any mother, no matter what culture you have, which just was very encouraging of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't know. It's not really from my mum or my dad. It's just kind of from the environment we've grown up in. And yeah.
Well, I know what you mean because my dad, he like loved Tracy Chapman, artists like that, and after a few wines, he thought he was Tracy Chapman.
My dad is so bad. Like, I think it's 500 miles. Oh, please go.
Oh no, not the Proclaimers.
Yes, the Proclaimers. No, my dad loves the Proclaimers. So they're a Scottish band. My dad used to drill that into us.
Yeah.
It was the Proclaimers. It was Robbie Williams. It was just like the stuff now. Like when I say to people, I'm like, I love Robbie Williams.
Yeah.
People find that really confusing, but it's all the entertainment side of me coming out, and like my dad just he loves music. It's not something particular for him, but he used to play it, have a few wines, and have a sing. So
that's it.
He sings in the backyard all the time. So maybe that's where I get it from.
Well, you never know. So you did have like a strong upbringing of like your parents being very supportive of what you wanted to do. You've obviously found your gift is within music, and this then has like led you to the very first season of The Voice. That was shot here in Australia.
Yeah, it was so long ago.
What was that experience like though? Like the very first season of a TV series that no one has heard of, and basically for those of the people who don't know, it's a music talent show where you go in. Is it blind?
Yeah, so it's like blind auditions. Yeah. The judges aren't facing you, and then they have a listen to you sing. If they like you, they press a buzzer and their chair turns around. So that's the general concept. So if they don't turn around, then you don't get in. Yeah. And I don't know, like I'd never really heard of it. And, a couple of us from my uni, I went to the Australian Institute of Music. A couple of us got scouted. And to be honest, I didn't really think I was going to get in. That was the problem. The problem was, like, I love singing and I've always had a passion for it. And, I love it. So I didn't really know if that was going to be enough. Just the fact that I loved music, if that was going to be enough for me to, turn a chair. I didn't really take it seriously. Like it was kind of one of those things where I was like, if I get in, I get in. That's cool. If I don't, I don't. And then I got in and I was pretty shocked about it, to be honest. But it was an interesting experience. Like it was really good for me in my learning because I think as an artist, it's good to kind of have, things that challenge you. So that really challenged me.
Yeah.
It was probably the scariest moment of my life, getting on that stage and thinking, okay, this is kind of a big deal. There's a lot of people here. But it was good. You know, you get in, you get out, you take from it what you will.
Yeah.
So it was good for me to meet people. I made lifelong friends. Ben Hazelwood is somebody that I work with musically.
Yep.
And him and I were both on the same team, and we're doing a single at the moment.
Oh, cool.
And it's really exciting. So him and I are doing a single at the moment, and I would have never have met him if it wasn't for that show.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
that show is, you know, as much as I like to say, you know, oh, it was nothing, it was just a cruisy thing, you know, it was challenging for me as a musician, and I met some lifelong friends.
And it was like the foundation and like, I guess you could say, an insight into the career and industry of a musician or an artist.
Totally.
And
hair and makeup, and catering. Catering is my favourite thing of all time.
Yeah.
I love to eat, so catering, if you need food, it's there. So
we were talking before when we were walking here, and you said you're a fan of burritos.
Yeah.
You gotta say, like, where's the number one place to have a burrito?
All of Sydney.
In all of Sydney.
I've been to so many.
You gotta pick just one.
Okay.
It's the end of 2014. You need to get a burrito.
Where am I going to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no, I just don't want people to be like, she doesn't know Mexican food at all. Like, that's my biggest concern, is people are going to be like, she's gone for like the typical. But like, I lived in Newtown, so I love Guzman y Gomez, which is a chain.
Yeah.
But I also, you know, I do also love Zambreros, which is also a chain.
So basically, you're a burrito enthusiast.
I love burritos. But it has to have guacamole, it has to have sour cream.
Right.
And so, otherwise, and it's usually chicken.
Wow.
I'm a chicken fan.
I'm a big chicken fan, guacamole fan too.
You're a Maori,
and
you love chicken.
Oh my god. Could we even be related?
The connect, we could, I don't...
No, guys. We've both got different last names.
If we look, the last name is a dead giveaway, but potentially.
So working on The Voice, you were mentored by which artist?
Oh yeah, it was Joel Madden. So he's from Good Charlotte.
Yeah.
And
awesome.
Benji Madden was on it as well. Oh, this is so many years ago, but like, it was an amazing experience. Like, he's a really good dude.
Yeah.
He was very encouraging to me. You know, the relationship doesn't really, extend beyond the period of the show. It might be different for different artists.
Yeah.
For myself, we sent emails and stuff like that, and he's very supportive of like the artists when it comes to that time period. But obviously,
cool.
it's been years now, so it was really cool. He's a really cool dude.
Yeah.
I was really happy to meet him, and I've bumped into him since. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And he's a really nice guy. I don't know what... He's a great musician, I guess. Okay. We'll go with that.
Yeah, everyone clicks when they've got, like, that strong bond over music. You know?
Yeah.
Now, with your first season of The Voice, what song did you pick to sing as your audition song? Were you, like, throwing up a few? Were you like, oh, I want to do this one, but I want this one because it's more of my personality?
Yeah, no, I but before everything's on TV... you choose a few songs just to, go through a few stages.
Yeah.
Just to, they just want to hear you before you're in the middle of like an audience.
Yeah, sure.
So I did quite a few actually. I wanted to do... I ended up choosing a John Legend tune.
Nice.
Stay With Me. Yep.
Yep.
And I was like going to have this mental blank. I just want to double check that's the name of the song.
Stay With Me?
Stay With Me. Won't you stay with me? Yep. That's the song I chose.
Okay.
That's one of the songs that I first learnt when I was at uni, because I hadn't had any vocal training before I went to uni.
Sure.
And also hadn't really done all that many gigs. Like, I did a few things. I did some opera when I was younger.
Okay.
With Opera Australia, which is very, very, very strange. Like, not very my vibe anymore. But it was a very interesting experience. My parents were very supportive again.
Yeah.
And did that, and then came into AIM and didn't really know what I wanted to do. And Katie Carr, who was my vocal coach whilst I was at AIM, alongside a lot of other people who really helped me in the industry, she introduced me to John Legend and that song, which is a song like I kind of knew popular songs at the time, and I was very much top 40s. Like, hype kid. I loved all of the mainstream stuff, but she kind of got me into the soul, R&B, funk kind of stuff. So I sang that, and then from there moved forward, and then, ended up with American Boy for my very first television appearance, I guess.
That's a banger, that one.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's funny because when you go onto a show like that, it's hard to take a song that's like a dance pop tune and convince people to turn around because they've heard it before.
Yeah.
Like they've heard it before.
Some are a hit, some are a miss.
Yeah, well, that's it.
So you basically took a really big chance, didn't you, by going with that?
I kind of just, you know, you get to a point where they're just like, we think this is best for you, and you take the advice that you're given, and I did, and I ended up getting in. So if I didn't, then maybe I would be of different mind. But I got in, so I was very lucky.
Awesome. And it also, like, I did a bit of research about you, and you did a bit of work experience with a particular record label company locally here in Sydney.
Yes.
Well, how did that all come about? Like, what company was that? Where'd you get started?
Cool. So it was like, it's a company called Surveillance Party, which is based out of Sydney. Amazing bunch of people. They look after, like, you know, a bunch of artists who are incredibly talented.
Sure.
And I found that online. I think I found it online and read the description, and it sounded very cool. It sounded like something that I could be very interested in. And, you know, like, being an artist, you need to find ways to make sure, you know, you're covered on all grounds. You want to know what's happening behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, absolutely.
Because, you know, you want to make sure that if that happens to you, you want to be able to resolve it if there's a problem or anything like that.